All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Th000 and Infi taking place here on Northern Isle. Over here on the top right-hand side of the map, we have, well, Infi spawning as the red orc. On the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Th000 spawning as the blue undead. Undead versus Orc in this 1v1 matchup, and, well, hopefully my replays are now all fixed. None of those early, well, exits from the game. I'm also going to try not to speed up the game. Maybe something to do with, well, speeding up and using the increased replay speed actually causing some of these issues there. Now, for all of you guys out there who have subscribed to me in the past using Amazon Prime or subscribed to me with Prime in general, thank you very much. It is very, very helpful as well. Well, it's very helpful to help pay the bills in order to keep me going. I've been dipping into my reserves lately, but if you do want to support me, or if you want to find a way to contribute or help me out, definitely hit the donate button, the like button, the subscribe button. All of those things definitely increase my presence here in the world of the internet. And, well, the more viewers I get, the more influence, and, well, the more advertisement and revenue, and the more I make. Well, right now I think I'm making a little bit less than minimum wage. But then again, if I was doing this just for the money, well, I'd probably be looking for a different profession. Anyways, let's take a look. It is going to be a Farseer coming out here. Meanwhile, on the other end of the map, it is going to be a Death Knight. For all of you guys worried about, well, my welfare and my well-being, don't worry, I am not on welfare at all. I'm just trying to make sure that, yeah, see, this just feels weird asking for support. At the same time, I know I don't definitely need it, but I also know that I wouldn't be able to continue to do this if it wasn't for the support that you guys give. So if you guys have it or do enjoy the content, please help out in any way, shape, or form. It does help me out in the long run, and who knows, maybe when I need to pay for more daycare, as I have my third on the way, maybe it will be able to pay a little bit more. I think back in 2010, I was actually paying for daycare with the help of WarCraft 3 and StarCraft 2 shoutcast. So thank you very much for all of the viewers out there who go back that far. It does definitely help out. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down now. Crypt Fiends with a Death Knight coming out here. No big surprises. Death Knight, well, it looks like a 20 over 30 supply. Not quite sure why he isn't training up more units right now. Teching to tier 2, and this may be a little bit of a tech swap here. It looked as though he could have easily gotten to tier 2 first before placing down that ziggurat, since he's not into that above 20 supply as of yet. Meanwhile, perhaps he was also just trying to make sure that a Blade Master wouldn't be able to just run amok on the inside, as we now see a Farseer come across, well, finishing off a skeletal minion there. Now, Death Knight is sitting at level 1, doesn't have level 2 as of yet, does have Mantle of Intelligence, Rod of Necromancy, as the Spirit Wolves look to find some easy targets. Now, we're going to see the Ogre Magi. Well, no, for Tuskar Trapper getting taken down first. Tuskar Trapper does have medium armor, meaning that it gets, well, taken out very, very quickly. Ice Troll and Ice Troll Priest, both of those rather easy units to finish off, but it doesn't have the right armor type. Meanwhile, the Death Knight realizes something is not quite right, makes a move out across over here, and it looks like he's going to try and perhaps steal this last Ogre Magi. Spirit Wolf is now trying to fight back here. It looks like one Spirit Wolf going to get resummoned there. Meanwhile, more damage being absorbed here. Ogre Magi down to 287 hit points and climbing right now, as just more and more damage getting added back up. All right, let's take a look at this. Death Coil could be going onto that unit there. There's a Denial. There's a Death Coil. Both sides with the right stuff in terms of micro, trying to maximize damage continuously. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, no Denial there. Meanwhile, Farseer actually racking up damage onto the Death Knight. That is something that the Death Knight cannot easily take care of, as a Grunt is going to join in on the fight here. Let's take a look. More focus fire indeed, as we could be looking at some skeletal minions getting taken down. There goes a skeletal minion. Farseer sitting at level 2. Gonna try and get to level 3. More Spirit Wolf. Oh, Spirit Wolf getting taken down there, as the Death Knight able to get a little bit more experience continually because of that Crypt Fiend high, what I'll call burst damage. It has a relatively slow attack, but one volley across all of these Crypt Fiends deals about 100 points of damage, and that's really what's happening here. Those Crypt Fiends are being moved and microed in a way where they're constantly volleying and attacking at pretty much the same time. All right, there goes a denial there. Death Knight could try and get that final shot off here. Is it going to get... Oh, who gets it? Death Coil looks like it got that last bit of damage there. You did not see the gold come up for Infi, so that means Th000 got the experience, perhaps either off of a Death Coil or from the Crypt Fiend's attacks. All of that coupled together, that Death Knight picks up a Talisman of Evasion, a very useful item indeed. We are taking the tier 3 already, with the Slaughterhouse getting added in as well. Tauren Chieftain on the other opposite end of the map. It looks as though it's going to be Endurance or a first, and this could be some sort of, well, chain wave sort of play. Chain wave, relatively, well, relatively unheard of or not heavily used, especially against Undead, but at the same time, in the same way, the Tauren Chieftain should be able to get in a large bit of damage and be able to shut down many of those Crypt Fiends if there is some sort of chain wave strategy. Death Knight sitting at level 3 also has that Ritual Dagger to try and heal a little bit more. Farseer could take a little bit of damage there, loses that all-important Clarity Potion. A Grunt could get taken down as the Pit Lord now in play as well. Alright, Pit Lord, a beautiful addition to the Undead army here, especially considering it is going to be Howl of Terror. Howl of Terror, using that Devour magic, is a very nasty way to heal up destroyers while also increasing the damage of those destroyers. And by giving mana to those destroyers, all of a sudden the grunts become a much bigger issue, and you're also reducing the amount of damage that the remaining units can deal. All right, Scroll of Speed now being used here. Tauren Chieftain trying to catch up onto that right there. There's a Chain Lightning. There goes one. Tauren Chieftain now with Scroll of Speed unable to get in front though, as we could perhaps be getting an ensnare down. Tauren Chieftain could be trying to go back the other way. Are we going to see a Stomp in position or perhaps a Shockwave? Stomp right there. It's a Stomp. It's a Stomp Lightning or Chain Stomp, so to speak, in terms of strategy, as the damage gets added back up once more. Tauren Chieftain now looking to back off again. Howl of Terror reducing the amount of damage that these units are dealing. Meanwhile, back at the other end of the map, Skeletal Minion is just doing a little bit of poking, but not very much of anything. All right, another ensnare coming across. Pit Lord could be in trouble. Damage could be coming in. There is a Howl of Terror trying to reduce the amount of damage being dealt. Pit Lord is in a good spot. Death Knight comes across with a big Death Coil and still alive, at least for now. Tauren Chieftain still continuing to fight its way through. Death Knight still has plenty of mana, and with Obsidian Statues and the Death Knight's 400 hit point burst heal, well, that Pit Lord will live to fight another day. Now, Sentry Ward in the center portion of the map. Not quite sure, or I don't remember whose that was. The Death Knight, I think he's the one with the Sentry Wards earlier, but we'll have to take a look at there. There's an ensnare back onto the Crypt Fiend, and right now the hit and run tactics coming in from Infi, doing an absolute great job. Well-timed Death Coils also working out fairly well, but the Tauren Chieftain is timing those ensnares so perfectly. There is another Stomp right there, just trying to finish off unit after unit. All right, let's take a look. Are we going to perhaps see a couple more ensnares go down? Yes, you are. Infi doing a great job keeping those units alive as low hit point Raider. Oh, Death Knight unable to finish it off, down to 20 hit points, but able to live and fight another day again. Skeletal Minions not getting summoned. Meanwhile, Death Coil finishes off a Grunt. We see Obsidian Statues are out onto the field. Are we going to see that Destroyer turn? No, we are not. Does try to absorb a bit of mana or devour magic there, as one Destroyer heads to the air to try to finish off some units. All right, let's take a look. Low hit point Troll Headhunter does not get taken down. Grunts continuing to fight. Lich stays alive for just a while longer. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. Lich trying to get away. Are we going to see a Death Coil? Yes, Death Coil saves the unit again. Destroyer still alive and well right now. Frost Armor coupled with Death Coil doing a nasty 1-2 combination. as we could be looking at a dead grunt here. Death Knight chasing up in the rear right here. Let's take a look. Death Knight trying to close in onto that distance. 1 or 2 more shots. Let's take a look. Destroyer now in trouble. Is it going to survive? Yes, it will. Death Coil keeps it alive and well for a little while longer, but it still could get taken down. There it goes. Troll Headhunters with the Kodo Beast, enough anti-air with the help of that Farseer as the 3 heroes are now retreating back. All right, low hit point Raider. Destroyer, perfect timing on the Destroyer form change and able to break free as we see a Scroll of Town Portal now being used here in order to get away, using that time, not chasing, knowing that he's not going to be able to finish off any of the units, instead going straight into creeping out a 655 creep camp, which gives the Pit Lord level 2. Death Knight sitting at level 3, almost level 4. Actually quite surprised that we didn't see level 4 on that Death Knight, instead going after a Null Overseer instead, which could in fact give a little bit of items here. Let's take a look. Raider comes across, level 4 on the Death Knight, level 2 Unholy Aura, another ensnare goes down. Lich is currently out onto the field. The Pit Lord could try and Howl of Terror as we see the Devotion Aura given by that Pit Lord. All right, more fighting getting underway. Tauren Chieftain now trying to fight its way through. There's a big stomp once more, getting in more damage. Death Coil saves the Destroyer for a little while longer, but he will get taken down. There he goes. Raider Ensnare coupled with Troll Headhunter Focus Fire. Infi in a massive chase right now with a 5 supply advantage. And that is a big advantage here as the Lich now gets to level 2, which means that it is going to be perhaps level 2 or level 1 Frost Nova. All right, more units getting finished off here. Howl of Terror, and all of a sudden, Infi looks like he is very much overexposed. Crypt Fiends will be forced to try and retreat again. Death Knight still has a good amount of mana and is just surviving long enough. All right, Obsidian Statue. Is it going to perhaps try and get away? Obsidian Statue. Oh, Frost Armor on the Obsidian Statue. Obsidian Statue not going to be able to, well, does absorb mana in time. Now trying to fight its way through. Kodo Beast going to get taken down. And all these units are just falling. Death Coil onto the Crypt Fiend saves it for a little while longer. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. More damage being pushed through. Tauren Chieftain with, is that level 2 Endurance Aura? No, level 1 Endurance Aura, but fast enough to, well, retreat in this spot now. All right, with that said, good use of that crystal ball by Infi. Infi revealing right here, knowing that he is either being pursued or most likely trying, and his opponent is going to be trying to do some creeping. Now that the Death Knight is at a higher level, Pit Lord is almost at 3. Let's see, there you go, Pit Lord now at 3, trying to push its way through. That Pit Lord at almost 10 armor. Tauren Chieftain puts his foot down, and multiple units could get taken down here. All right, Crypt Fiends trying to retreat back once more. Devour Magic doing quite a number. Crypt Fiends do not have web. Meanwhile, the Crypt Fiends are fighting their way through, trying to finish off the remaining ground units as the Wind Riders, well, severely reduced damage because of that Howl of Terror. All right, Howl of Terror is the level 1 variety. Perhaps Cleave is the level 2 ability that we are missing right here as we are looking at, well, an Obsidian Statue down to 80 hit points, going to try and get away. It looks like it will be able to live and fight another day. No, gets back into the fight, but somehow still alive, at least for now. There goes, oh no, unable to finish that off. There goes one. Let's take a look. Raider doesn't finish off any other units. 49 supply compared to 40 units. 40, everyone trying to head back every which way. Obsidian Statue saved by Frost Armor as it looks to retreat back. Now, there is an expansion already up by the Undead. Meanwhile, an expansion is up by the Orc as well, but Infi not going to be able to mine very much from it as we are going to be going into a trading of the bases. Raider now making its way through. The Ziggurat was not upgraded at all. What's the point of even repairing that Ziggurat here if it's not offering any natural defense? 48 supply compared to 46 right now. More units getting finished off. Meanwhile, Scroll of Town Portal by the Undead army makes its way over, and the Haunted Gold Mine could be in, well, in crisis. Well, nope, it is not in crisis yet. 3 Acolytes on the Gold Mine right now. Are they going to be able to make it through? Devour Magic as the Acolyte gets finished off. Destroyer now in trouble. It is ensnared down and will get finished off by the level 2 Dire Wolf Spirits, as the Spirits are now finishing off and taking down these Acolytes once more. Farseer sitting at 4. Tauren Chieftain is at 3. Meanwhile, let's take a look against the, I believe, the Pit Lord, Death Knight, and Lich. 4-3-3 as well. Undead has the superior hero advantage, but is it going to translate into an army advantage? That is the question. Tauren Chieftain unable to go after that low hit point Crypt Fiend, as the Death Knight now swings back the other way. Let's take a look. Pit Lord swinging some big damage. Perhaps, yes, there it goes. There's that Howl of Terror. And all of a sudden, the army losing much of its damage bonus could be in trouble. Pit Lord continuing the fight. There's a stomp across multiple units. Acolytes unable to make its way over. Obsidian Statue just a bit too far away. Needs to get back into the action, as the Pit Lord is still in that front spot with over 12 armor. Really just doing a massive bit of damage, as the Death Knight now gets to level 5. Death Knight is going to be able to save that Crypt Fiend there. Crypt Fiend down to 75, 16 hit points. Will it be able to survive? Let's take a look. Finally taken down at the hands of the Farseer. No Death Coil in time there. 47 supply compared to 52. More Necropolis being resummoned. Banshees getting into play with Adept training. 55 supply compared to 50. There is a slight supply advantage for Infi, but with that said, Th000 doesn't have any taxes right now. If Th000 is able to just mass up a large amount of gold, not total resources, current resources, yeah, Th000 is sitting on over 1,200 gold right now. He should be able to break into low upkeep with no problem and surpass that 60 supply limit. The problem is that he doesn't have enough ziggurats as of yet. When this Necropolis and these 2 ziggurats finish, that should be more than enough to get into low upkeep. There it goes, 53 over 70 supply. The Necropolis could get into 80. Howl of Terror across multiple units and Snare. Raiders are just diving on through. Beautiful stomp, as the Tauren Chieftain does have enough mana. Banshee is in that position as well. The Destroyers, or the Obsidian Statues, now trying to head back every which way. Destroyer stays alive ever so barely, but that's after a 600 hit point heal, and it gets finished off by those Wind Riders in record time. Another Destroyer back out, only to see it get ensnared again. Is that Destroyer going to get taken down? I do believe so. Down to 300, down to 200, down to 100, down to dead, as well. The Howl of Terror is not enough to keep all of these Wind Riders at bay. All right, one Crypt Fiend trying to get into position. However, Chain Lightning and Stomp. Chain Stomp living up to its name there, but 2 Crypt Fiends getting taken out. Or excuse me, not Crypt Fiends. 2 Wind Riders getting taken out after the Crypt Fiend's web. 54 supply compared to 47 still has a slight economic advantage for the blue team. Let's take a look at the current resources. Both sides, however, even in terms of army, gold in the bank now, and that could potentially be a problem. Similar gold in the bank normally means that, well, whoever has the most gold is in the right spot right now, as we are also tied in terms of, well, tied relatively close in terms of hero level. It is a 5-4 compared to a 5-4-4. Undead obviously having the advantage there by having that extra level 4 hero unit. Tauren Chieftain picks up Scrolls of Healing. Kodo Beast may try to get away. There is that Stomp in order to try to have all of these units retreat back. Let's take a look. Farseer in spot as well. Acolytes could get taken down. There goes one Acolyte there. Death Knight shows up to the party, as we could see another Acolyte. There goes Chain Lightning to finish off the remaining units, trying to get away. Low hit point Grunt down to 35 hit points. And where are all of these units going now? All right, let's take a look. Grunt trying to get back again. Tauren Chieftain seeing that level 4, level 2 Endurance Aura. Is it going to be enough to finish or save all of units as the Farseer heads around the long way, perhaps to try and heal back up this Grunt, who is now down to 120 hit points. Farseer sitting at level 5. Meanwhile, let's take a look here. Pit Lord sitting at 4. It is a 5-4-4 compared to a 5-4. And if that Tauren Chieftain gets to level 5 first, well, It really needs to get to level 5 first for Orc to really have a staying chance. The problem is going to be that the Undead already has 3 heroes, level 4 or higher, and that is a big problem in terms of efficiency of those units. Alright, let's take a look. Farseer now going to try and push on through here. Spirit Wolves are already going to be nicely summoned up. Meanwhile, back across over here, Tauren Chieftain going after some of those units, some more creep camps here, as we're looking at, what is that, 544? Coming in from the Undead.
We're under attack.
All right, Spirit Wolves looking to retreat back again. Farseer now going to head off to the north, sitting at 125. You can see Raiders out of position, or in position to try to go for a little bit of a creep jacking. Well, no, not creep jacking, for some creeping. However, I could have sworn I saw the Farseer where... Wait, no, Farseer, yes, right there. It should be backed off more than enough to give that Tauren Chieftain level 5, and that's going to be a key right there. And no, not yet level 5. Instead, picks up another healing salve. You can see more unit, more damage coming across. The Shaman will get finished off here as the Death Knight, or, well, Destroyer, able to finish off an easy target over here at the expansion. Crypt Fiends still wandering around. Tauren Chieftain sitting at 5. Gonna have a field day. Level 5 Tauren Chieftain, level 5 Farseer, going up against a 5/4/4 Orc player who has a level 4 Pit Lord and a level 4 Lich.
We're under attack.
Tauren Chieftain ready to mosey on in, ready to push down the hammer. Let's take a look. There's that chain lightning. And let's take a look. Are we going to see some acolytes getting taken down? Scroll of Town Portal out. There goes one. As all of units are going to go ahead and engage. Black Citadel now finished off once more. Meanwhile, 1,200 and 301 gold. I don't know if pillage was researched, but if it was, beautiful hit and run tactics to force and trade against your opponent while still getting experience. Banshees with plenty of mana. Where are they going to be going next? Meanwhile, back off to the north, Destroyer, Orc Burrow. Are we going to see some repairs? Not quite sure. Death Knight, Tauren Chieftain, and Farseer now making its way over. Let's take a look. Raider's going to go ahead and straight up engage. It does not look like, yeah, no upgrade on that pillage at all as the Raider gets finished off here. Meanwhile, back at the other end, we can see Tauren Chieftain finishing off multiple units. There goes one ghoul. There goes another. We could have another chain lightning come across here. Wind Riders are all here. There goes another. And what is the anti-air? There is no anti-air safe for this Black Citadel. And the ghouls will get finished off here. Ghoul now taken down. Farseer still sitting at a very comfortable spot here as the main base was just completely wide open. Though, not quite sure what he was thinking, as we now see, well, the Pit Lord and the Death Knight chasing after some of these peasants. It looks like, yes, level 5 will be given to the Pit Lord. Lich is just right behind. Let's take a look. Scroll of Town Portal out is going to finish off one other build. Yes, one other unit there as the other units teleport out again. 59 supply, or 63 supply compared to 59. About even so far. No one really mining at the main base here. This gold mine already mined out. No additional mining over here on the top left-hand side of the map. And this is potentially the problem for Infi. Though, still has his economy going. He's going to be able to get more gold and train them into better units before... rather faster than his opponent, as he doesn't have to wait for his opponent, wait to mine up much of that gold first. Oh my gosh, my eye hurts still. Got poked in the eye last night. All right, Wind Rider is here, ready to go. Tauren Chieftain. No upgrades. Items are pretty much just okay. Farseer now coming across here. There was a big Frost Nova followed by Scroll of Speed. A Death Knight Lich going to go ahead and engage. There goes a Banshee. There's a Stomp. Web now throwing down a couple of units. There goes another... Well, no. Lightning Shield now being thrown down. Lightning Shield coming across, dealing massive, terrible damage as the Lich stays alive ever so barely. Pit Lord trying to finish off a couple of Raiders and does exactly that. 58 supply compared to 51. Spirit Wolves doing massive damage. Wind Riders are all right here as well. So much push damage. There was a stomp as well. The Tauren Chieftain looking to still fight its way through. Crypt Fiends now looking to back up here. So far, the Death Knight has saved a handful of units with those Crypt Fiends, as the Raiders are going to get taken down as well. Tauren Chieftain seen at level 5. Farseer gets up to level 6. Does not have enough mana for Earthquake, but that would be a sight. Forcing an engagement by going for mana from Earthquake would force a fight outside your opponent's base. It also does slow things down a bit for your opponent. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Tauren Chieftain heading back over here to the top right. Crypt Fiend now trying to head back as well. 90 gold, well, down to 50 gold as the Pit Lord pushes its way through to try to get some more, well, get something off over there, but unable to do so. Tauren Chieftain now retreating back again. 26 supply into this, or 26 minutes into this fight. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 5. Meanwhile, Farseer should be sitting at level 6 right about now. Yes, Farseer is still sitting at 6. Could perhaps try and use that Earthquake to finish off a couple of key buildings. All right, Tauren Chieftain now gets up to 6 as well. Easy, level 6. Most likely going to be the ultimate ability that says you have to kill the Tauren Chieftain twice in order for it to really matter. Tauren Chieftain still wandering around here. Is it going to try to finish off some of those Crypt Fiends? Yes, it will. As one Raider able to ensnare down an Obsidian statue and trap him as well. All right, couple of ghouls coming out the other way. Crypt Fiend gets ensnared. Will get finished off. There it goes. Pit Lord is at 5. Lich is at 5. Pit Lord, Lich, and Death Knight, all of them are at 5. Death Knight almost at level 6. Is going to be able to finish off any of these units? No, not quite yet. Death Knight now could try and just finish off and burst down this Raider. Meanwhile, Pit Lord shows up to the party, causing major problems. Frost Nova onto, well, 2 unsuspecting Raiders as the units are just still coming across. Lich could be in trouble. Is it gonna? Where is it gonna try and go? Is it gonna see a stomp? No stomp. Wind Rider is there to try and add in a little bit more damage, but the Lich, with its fast movement speed because of that Unholy Aura, or at least because of it earlier, gonna have a bit of a problem. All right, there is another Death Coil there. Lich gonna turn things back around, and let's take a look. Kodo Beast trying to get away. Are we gonna see digestion of a Crypt Fiend? Yes, we are. As one Crypt Fiend easily taken out. Obsidian statue now wants to break free. Are we going to see an absorb mana here? No, Crypt Fiend still trying to battle it through. There goes another Raider. 44 supply compared to 40. Still not enough Crypt Fiends coming in from Infi to deal with the number of Wind Riders that are out onto the field. But we now see that the Death Knight gets to level 6. All right, level 6 Death Knight. Animate Dead could potentially become a problem. Let's take a look. Well, level 6 Tauren Chieftain could get resurrected momentarily. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Pit Lord and Shaman, in addition to the, Death Knight, still here, ready to go. Are we going to see perhaps a stomp come across here? All right, the Tauren Chieftain is in a good spot. There's a stomp, finishing off multiple units. There goes the Lich. That could be a big issue. Pit Lord could be coming across with some major damage right here. Let's take a look. Are we going to see a stomp? No, we are not. No stomp whatsoever as the units look to get away again. Farseer and Tauren Chieftain both sitting at level 6. Meanwhile, back down to the south here. 24 supply compared to 40. Infi having a difficult time staying relevant in this match as we are looking at, well, the Undead already claimed this base and is not going to give it up, knowing that resources on this map are limited. All right. So mining a bit more, sitting at 41 over 90 supply right now. Could lose a handful of acolytes. This still is anyone's game. Farseer now needs to get away, perhaps a chain lightning of some sort, something, in order to try to finish off some of those units. And let's take a look at this. There's going to be a raider getting taken down. Pit Lord sitting at level 5, almost at level 6. However, the Farseer gets to level 6 first. Pit Lord still sitting at 5. And are we going to perhaps see a Doom Guard here? That is going to be the big question. If all of a sudden we see a Doom Guard, all bets are off on what is going to be happening. Farseer down to 137 hit points, now looking to back up. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 6, ready to move on out, perhaps try to get a little bit more experience, but the Farseer still got sniped down, and that is going to be the game. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed it.